If you've got a pre-cord device, then this is going to be how you're going to align the belt, just in case if it slips from left to right. This actually had a sizable gaff here on the left-hand side, so I've just recently tightened it, but it looks like it's gone over a little bit, so I'm going to adjust it. Now you can see that there's typically 3 holes in the back. You want the one that doesn't actually take the plate off, but the one that actually is a little bit larger. You can see I've already got a pretty sizable tool. This is something that I just had laying around the house, but you want to make sure that you get the right appropriate tool, make sure it fits in there, and then get your treadmill to a very low speed. As an example, I'm going to get mine down to 0.5. And whatever side does not have the gap, you should be tightening that side. So this side before did not have it, so it was on this side. And so because I tightened this a little too much, I'm just going to go back to where I was before. I'm going to be going counterclockwise. And I'm just going to let that rotate for a little bit. Essentially the side that has no gap, or you don't see the silver, I had a sizable silver amount over here, you're going to go to that side. So that's why I was starting here. And you're going to go to clockwise, a quarter of a turn. And you're going to let that sit and rotate for a little bit until you see the gap go away. And then you're going to rotate it up to 4.0 once that gap goes away. So since I did this a little too far, I'm just going to loosen it a little bit more. And once you feel that you've made that quarter of a turn, you can go back up, turn this up to a higher speed. I like to go to 4.0. That way you are rotating it fast enough for it to make the shift that it needs to. Bear with me here. I like to keep these short and simple, not a 15 to 20 minute episode of how to fix it. But you can see here it's still got a little bit of a gap. It's something that I want to move over and shift a little bit. If that ends up not working, then you want to go to the side that doesn't have the silver gap, which is going to be on this side here. And you're going to rotate it clockwise, so that way you can end up bringing the belt out a little bit. So here I am turning it a little bit. Of course, the pre-core will pause itself after non-use, so just simply have to turn it back on. I go 5.0. Let's take a look. That little bit of a turn, you can see it's moved a little bit, so move this a little bit more. And you'll notice how that's slowly now going away. So essentially you want to adjust both at the very top to make sure that the belt is aligned. And eventually when you don't see any silver on each side, then it's perfectly aligned. Let it rotate on 4.0 or higher for a little bit without anybody standing on it. And then try it out. That's typically what your alignment issues have to do with, is these little areas that need to be tightened. So hopefully that helps.